I'm Executive Director Kevin Robertson, and this is the KDA Video Minute for Friday, February 5th. Big story in the legislature today is that yesterday was Dental Day, and we had a great turnout of dentists dedicated to talking to legislators and making their voices heard with regard to the different issues we talked about and that we have this session. Of course, the main issue is the bill, Senate Bill 389, that prohibits insurance companies from setting fees on non-covered services in their provider contracts. So that hearing was yesterday in the Senate Committee on Financial Institutions and Insurance, along with myself. Dr. Hal Hale, Dave Hamill, and Ted Mason testified, and I will tell you that the hearing could not have gone any better. The testimony, particularly of Dr. Mason, Dr. Hamill, and Dr. Hale, were excellent, and the committee understood the points that were being made, and I think they get it, to be quite honest with you. The one opponent on the bill that actually testified represented the American Health Insurance programs, and he was really grilled by the committee members, and we feel very strongly that the committee is on our side with regard to Senate Bill 389. Now, the committee has already published their calendar for next week, and they have scheduled the vote on Senate Bill 389 for next Thursday. So that would be Thursday, February 11th. So we are very interested and excited about that it will be voted on and come up for debate in the committee. We ask all our members to contact committee members and continue to contact their senators with regard to Senate Bill 389. We're working House members as well, even though right now the critical issue is the Senate committee. So contact your legislators and let them know what your thoughts are on Senate Bill 389. There is a link to all your legislators, including the members of the Senate committee, and some talking points that we've put together on Senate Bill 389 that we revised. So please see those below and in the email attachment here so that you can contact your legislators and have some information on what you need to say about them. Back to Dental Day in general, we had an executive committee meeting as part of Dental Day on Wednesday, February 3rd. Executive committee looked at different issues that were going on, as it does periodically throughout the course of the year. In the evening, we actually invited members of the financial institution and insurance committees on both the House and Senate side and the health committees to join us for dinner. So that was hosted by the executive committee and the officers of the KDA. We had about 15 legislators turn out for that. Had just a nice opportunity to talk to them more in depth about the issues at a local restaurant here in Topeka. And then, of course, part of Dental Day on Thursday included a legislative luncheon that we had a very nice turnout for, and again had a lot of opportunity to talk to the members of the legislature and fill them in, again, not just on Senate Bill 389 but also on Medicaid cuts and things like that, how they might affect patients and Kansans at large, and why those are important, that we are able to see our views on those particular issues. One new bill that was introduced this week on the House side was House Bill 2590. Now, we had gotten some word that this bill was coming here early in the session, and what it does is it will certify installers of medical gas systems. So there would be a special certification for those people. So when you would get your a new office renovated or built, that a person certified to install medical gas would have to put in your nitrous lines and things like that. This is a direct result of an issue that came up last year that many of you, I'm sure, are aware of. There was a high school student in Tonganoxie that was critically injured due to a nitrous incident in a dental office. The bill itself does not have anything to do with dental. It doesn't specify dental, and so we're very pleased about that. And it might be a bill that we can at least take no position on the way it's written. That was introduced by Representative Connie O'Brien, who is the representative for the Tonganoxie area, and I believe she felt obligated to go ahead and introduce that bill. So we'll watch that carefully. The hearing on that bill is also next Thursday, February 11th, and we'll keep you informed on how that might go with that particular issue.
There are thousands of people across southeast Kansas who don't have access to the dental services they desperately need. That's where the Kansas Mission of Mercy comes in. Hi, I'm Greg Hill, Executive Director of the Kansas Dental Charitable Foundation. In the last 7 years, our volunteers have provided more than $7 million in free care to over 16,000 patients. Our volunteers will provide cleanings, fillings, and extractions, and we plan to treat nearly 1,500 patients.
The Kansas Mission of Mercy Free Dental Clinic, April 16th and 17th, starting at 5:30 a.m., will be held at the ICC West Campus at 2505 West Main, the old Food for Less building in Independence. There's no eligibility or income requirements and no appointments. First come, first serve, both children and adults.
KMOM is right around the corner. It's a little bit later this year. You know, usually we have those patients are standing out in the cool February air. We were able, because of the schedule this year and the calendar for the KDA, to move KMOM into April, so it will be April 16th and 17th. As always, we open registration for our volunteers about 6 weeks prior. So March 1 is our target date for online registration for KMOM. So I want you to check our website and be aware of that so you're able to register and be ready to go. I can tell you that the Independence KMOM committee has done a wonderful job putting things together. It's going to be a great event. You know, we're going to have a little bit smaller space, but we're actually looking at some different options there now. So we'll see how we proceed, but it is all coming together to be another fantastic Kansas Mission of Mercy event with an abundance of care provided to so many patients in need, this time obviously in southeast Kansas. On a much lighter note, I'd like to thank Dr. Bart Bycroft, who invited me to come out to Salina this past Monday. I was the guest speaker and presenter at the Rotary Club at noon. And got a chance to talk a little bit about dental access and the Kansas Mission of Mercy. Was able to dust off and show the Salina KMOM video that we made 5 years ago already. It's hard to believe it's been that long that since we've been out in Salina. But had a wonderful group of Rotarians, over 100 were at the lunch, and appreciate the opportunity to do that. Whether it's myself or Greg in our office here or whoever, we're always welcome and excited about the opportunity to meet with community and civic clubs around the state. So keep that in mind as if you're in a club and you're interested in hearing a little bit about dental access or KMOM or whatever it might be, we'd be happy to share that information with you all. So keep that in mind. I hope you have a wonderful week. Be sure to contact your legislator this week about Senate Bill 389, and we will see you again next week. Thank you.